Okay, welcome to our first lesson on creating users and creating shared drives and to save their work in. We've got a Windows 2008 server that we've logged on to, so we'll need to create users and a shared drive for them to connect to. So the first thing that we need to do is create that shared drive that they'll save their work in. So to do that, we'll go to Computer, we'll go to the C drive, and we'll make a new folder. We'll call the new folder Home. Now we need to share it, and we need to click Share here, and that's done. We also need to go to Properties, Sharing, Advanced Sharing, and we need to assign some permissions to it. So we need to add domain users, and give them permissions to be able to see that folder and connect to it. So we've now got a folder called Home, and on it domain users, a group of specific users can log on to it. The next step is to now go to Administrative Tools and go to Active Directory Users and Computers. Click Continue, and we'll need to create some users. So I'll click Virtual, I'll make a new organizational unit, and I'll call it Staff. You can protect the container from accidental deletion. If you imagine you had 300 staff all in one OU, and somebody accidentally deleted it, all those counts would go. So it's best to leave this box on so that there can't be any accidents. So click OK. And now I can create a new user. So I've created my organizational unit, I right click and I do New User. I'll call this one Test, with the surname Test, and the logon name Test. So it'll be virtual /test to log on to our test machine. So I'll click Next. I'll put in a password. And to save us, I won't be forcing to change a password. Typically you would force the user to make a new password when they log on for the first time. I'll click Next, Finish, and there's my user. Now I'll need to make sure that they can get a home drive when they log on. So I'll go to their profile, connect to a Z. I can pick any letter, I'll leave it as Z. And now I need to put in the path of the server. So how do I find the path of the server? Well, I can right click Computer and Properties, and you'll see that I'm called 2008 Server 1. So I can go // 2008 Server 1, and my folder was called Home, and my account is called Test. But it's good practice to put in percentage, username, percentage. When I click Apply, it automatically changes it to Test. So I've now created a home drive as well. So click OK, and I've now created my user, and I've put in a home drive as well. So now I just need to test this account. So if I go to my Windows 7 machine and I log on to it, I'll need to switch a user, other user, and I'm going to put in virtual /test and use the password that I entered. And that should log me onto this machine, and I should hopefully have a Z drive as well, where I can save information. Normally Windows does take a bit of time on your first log on. Each time afterwards your profile is stored locally and things tend to speed up a little bit. So we'll give it a moment to log on. Then once it's logged on, we'll test for a Z drive and we'll save a file in our home directory, and we'll see if we can access it from the server. So if I go to Start, Computer, and you see that there's a Z drive there. So we've successfully logged onto the server and created a mapped drive. So if I run Notepad on this machine, test, and I'll save as, and I'll save this on the Z drive. Now we look in here, you'll see there's a folder there called test. If I now go back to my server, and I go to Start, and I look in the computer, so in my share, there's a folder called test, which was the one that was made when I created my user, and there you'll see the file I just made. So now all I need to do is back up that one folder, and I'll be backing up all the students' work or staff work or anybody else stuff, shared folders that we make. So that is how you create a home directory, create some user accounts, and then you can see that they're all centrally saved, so that one folder can back up many users. And that concludes our creating users and Z drives. Thank you very much.